Hey, can you guys hear me down there? Are we going to change the score bug? We played them a long time ago. I can't hear you.
That's Matt Shasby. I'm Matt Neville. We're here at the Avis Alaska Sports Complex, a few minutes away from Bemidji State and UAA in the home opener for season opener for both teams. Season openers, Matt. 4 years now, you've brought a well-known program here. It started Western Michigan, UMass Lowell, last year with Denver, this year with Bemidji State. How much pride have you taken in kind of making that part of your schedule to open the season with a big name, for lack of a better phrase?
Yeah, we've been incredibly fortunate with the opponents that have come up to open the season. Those staffs have all been around college hockey a long time. I think they appreciate coming up here early in the season. It allows their team to come to a unique location, play in a unique environment, and allows them to maybe bond a little bit more so than they would other locations. But again, we're on, Bemidji's going to be a quality opponent who has a veteran coaching staff, and he's been up here quite a bit, so I don't think it wasn't too hard to convince Tom to come up.
And as far as going off of last week's game, the exhibition game, coming into this week, you had to pare that roster down. Kind of how many decisions were there to be made, and how tough was it to kind of whittle it down to 18 to 20?
Yeah, the performance last Friday was very good. Top to bottom, I think all 10 defensemen played well and every line played well, and we had contributions from everywhere. It's been a 5 to 6 week process of kind of dialing in who the opening night roster is going to be. These guys have done an incredible job of making every day in practice competitive. It was very difficult as a staff. I mean, it went right up into this afternoon to put the final pieces together, but we're excited about who's on the ice tonight. We're a pretty healthy hockey team, and we're looking forward to watching this group compete.
Opening night, I imagine, whatever cliche you want to call it doesn't get old, but you're a player, you've been a coach. What makes it extra special, the nerves, all that stuff that go into an opening night game versus every other game on the schedule?
Yeah, it's just the unknown and the jitters of the home opener or the opening of the season of, whether you're playing your first college hockey game or it's the start of your sophomore, junior, senior year. It's all special to every single guy, and you only get 34 of these contests a year. You want to take advantage of it, and I know our crowd's going to show out tonight, and we're excited to play.
Speaking of that, I see Greg Oros is getting the call. Not that surprising. I thought about that a little bit too. The fact you have all 3 goalies back, looking around college hockey landscape again. You and I can talk about this every time we meet about how different year to year teams are going to be. The fact you have all 3 goalies back, are you viewing that as rare or a special thing?
Yeah, they're a group that came together last year. They really challenged each other every day in practice. We've seen some significant improvements from all 3 of them at the start of this year, and no different than any other roster spot. I mean, it was down to the wire who was going to start for us tonight. Been very, very happy with all 3 of them in practice, and we feel comfortable putting any of them out.
The preeminent college hockey reporter in the country now is out of Grand Forks, Brad Elliott Schlossman. He broke down every conference in a story today. I sent the link to you and Aaron earlier, and it named Ryan Johnson as the top forward amongst the independent teams. What kind of feather in cap? What does that mean to you guys just to read that or hear that?
Yeah, it's nice to have pieces like that. He had a phenomenal freshman year, and he just looks like he's ready to build on it. He's playing, he's strong, he's quick, his speed's increased, and I think he's going to be a veteran now in our lineup, and he's very, very excited about his second year.
Thanks for the time, Matt. Beavers and Seawolves coming up after this.
Pro-level performance at work and at home. Right now, buy 2 AP300S batteries and get a third AP300S for free. And get a free battery when you buy a BGA 86 battery handheld blower set, a $300 value. Real steel. Find yours.
Last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening. This is UAA Seawolves hockey coming to you live from the Avis Alaska Sports Complex here on the campus of the University of Alaska Anchorage. David Tuttle joined by the Alaska Sports Report's Matt Nevela. Here we go, Matt. Starting weekend, year number 4 of UAA Hockey 2.0.
Here we go indeed, and the unknowns. That's the thing that just jumps out to me more than ever. And as I mentioned in our pregame chat with Matt Shasby, you look around all of college hockey, the landscape, almost every team from top to bottom is different in some very, very significant way than the year before. Same with these 2 squads. Even though Bemidji comes in with 7 of its 10 returning scores, also has a lot of different components that we will talk about. The Seals have 12 new players, 6 transfers, and 6 freshmen. And then again, the landscape of college hockey where, Wild West is that cliched term. everyone's doing something a little different, getting players from every which way, every which direction. I really have no idea what we're about to see here.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Now the entire dynamic of college hockey changes this year. Now that with the introduction of players that have played in the Canadian Hockey League, whether it be in the Q, the OHL, the Dub, or even the ECHL, which, that's a little bit above that, but still, apparently those are allowed as well, too. So it's really going to change things, hopefully for the better. You bring a more experienced player into the mix in a lot of cases.
Right. But it also kind of takes away, the tradition of a 4-year college player. We're going to see less and less of that. Not to bemoan that right now as we get set for the opening face-off of the season, but it's painted across the entire board, and UAA is going to go on the road here for most of its season and play some of these opponents that have the same issues or same new players. So is there any continuity? We talked with Matt about having all 3 goalies back for UAA. Maybe that's a plus that other programs might not have. You look at Bemidji State with Anchorage's own Raythan Robbins in the net tonight. He's the only goalie of the 3 with any college experience. The other 2 are new to the program. So is that adding significance? We're about to see here momentarily.
And talking to the Bemidji announcer before the game tonight, he said this is the first time in the 20 years he's been there that they go into the season without a clear-cut number 1. Mm-hmm. Whereas UAA has potentially 2 with Krivstov and Greg Oros, and we don't know yet really what we have with Bryant Marks, except that he had a heck of a first start last year to end the season.
Well, it's a special night for Raythan Robbins. I talked to him on Tuesday morning. I had a story that went on the Alaska Sports Report. Even on Tuesday morning when I talked to him, he wasn't sure exactly if he was getting the call. All sides put it that. Early chance.
Oh, big saves right off the bat by Robbins. Seawolves get the puck out into the front of the net, and Robbins, that big left pad, came up big for him right there. Ben Anderson, Aiden Weston both had a couple of opportunities. Puck goes deep into the Seawolf zone. Bemidji keeps it alive. Wolf dumps it into the near side corner. Back behind the net it goes all the way back out to the point to Wolf. Shot taken. That's blocked on the way through by Anderson. Puck sent deeper into the zone. Casper Magnuson has it for the Beavers. Leaves off for Wolf. Once again, he skates down the goal line. Tries to center. That's broken up by Potter. Back to the point it goes. Hudson Thornton with it for the Beavers. Gives off to Wolf. Once again, shot taken. That's blocked. Back to Thornton. He keeps it alive in the zone. Beavers just buzzing right off the bat. Centering pass saved by Oros. And the Beavers are saying it's in the net. Where referee has made no call. And looks like he is waving it off almost immediately. But Beavers, boy, they gave up those quick 2 chances right off the hop. And then spent about 45 seconds.
The replay right there. Panzer gets inside the blue paint.
All right. Face-off comes outside of the Seawolf zone. Right down here in front of us. 18:59 to go in our first period.
So obviously the call was that Bemidji was indeed in the blue paint, hence the face-off coming out the neutral zone. Bemidji wearing the greens trimmed in white, very Michigan State-esque.
Yes.
And the Seawolves in their familiar white, trimmed in green and gold with a familiar Seawolf crest on their chest.
So Tom Siratori has gotten the explanation, and we're ready to maybe drop this puck. There it goes. We're down. Connor Cole on the draw. It's pushed back by Bemidji. Oliver Peer on the draw all the way back behind the net. Robbins sets it up for his D. And here comes Bemidji back through the neutral zone. Oliver Peer up the left wing side. Leaves a puck off, thrown across the front of the net by Adam Fleming. And it's up to the far side. Fleming has it back right now. Fleming shot taken. Oros made the save. Don't know that he ever really saw it. Shot comes in. That's off the side of the net. Oros will freeze that. And we've got 18:29 left here in our first period.
So far, Bemidji with some definite jump advantage in their skates. See if UA can rebound. Again, they had an early opportunity last week against Briarcrest. Obviously, have plenty of opportunities, but they have stepped up in competition. So the idea of offensive chances coming in seems few and far between.
Yeah, you won't see 12 goals tonight. You might see 12 goals on the weekend, but I doubt it. Logan Atchison trying to escape up the near side wall. Judah McWay steps in to try and help out. Jake McLean in there for the Beavers, as well as Alexi Silvestri. And puck iced right off the hop by McWay. He'll send that all the way down, and we'll get another face-off coming up here in the Seawolf zone. 17:55 to go in period number 1.
Kind of going back to what we're talking about with plenty of more experienced players and players coming with different experiences. You know, whether you wonder about the first game jitters not being quite as dramatic as maybe they would be in old school college days, if you will.
Seawolves pull that puck free. McWay trying to skirt through up the near side boards. Loses control of the puck. Vince Corcoran for the Beavers can't clear the zone. Kept alive by Pavel Funtek, who took a hit in the process. Here come the Beavers now up the near side. Joey Potter turns it right back the other way. Contreras gives off to Luke Johnson. Johnson gets it back, has it knocked away. Contreras to Potter. Joey Potter up the right wing board. Shot and a save by Rathan Robbins.
Not a bad idea from Joey Potter early in the proceedings. Start firing pucks at net no matter what.
Got a chance to meet Joey Potter's parents just a little bit ago.
I did too, just a second ago. They're asking me where their seats were.
Yep. They were trying to find Jerry Dewhurst, so.
Speaking of seats, a crowd still walking in here. Expect the full 800 or so. Again, a couple people already asked me tonight who haven't been to games here and kind of looking around and seeing things. And as I say repeatedly to anyone who asked, UA and the Seals fifth line have made the best of this situation, playing in what essentially is a practice rink.
Yes.
And you just can't knock them for that. It's making the most out of any situation, positive, and hoping to build on that someday. The future will tell us if that happens.
Connor Cole in to take the draw out there with Dimitri Kebrew and Ryan Johnson. Puck rolls back towards Robbins once again, and again we will have another face-off in the exact same spot.
So Rathan Robbins made his name here in Anchorage as part of the inaugural Anchorage Wolverines team in the 2022-23 or 21-22 season, taking them all the way to the Robertson Cup final in the NAHL.
Potter takes a big hit to keep that one alive down there.
Played nearly every minute of that season, or plenty of them, and was quite a stalwart goaltender for the Wolverines in that initial season. And the first penalty of the game coming up here against UA, I think it's Joey Potter.
I think it's
or
Ryan
Johnson
Johnson for interference, and not a fan of that call, to be honest with you. Johnson rubbed out Jackson Panzer coming up that left wing board, and they both plowed through the official, and then the arm went up, so not crazy about that call.
Well, the PK didn't get much work in the exhibition last week. The power play got plenty to no avail. Probably the one real flub, if you will, on UA's part in that 15-0 win over vaunted Briarcrest Clippers.
Yes.
Out of Saskatchewan.
Which I learned is not by Edmonton.
It's its own province.
That's wild to me. Fired all the way down the ice by the Seawolves to begin the penalty kill. And Hudson Thornton will start it ahead for Bemidji. Hudson Thornton, formerly of the Orlando Solar Bears of the ECHL. Thornton has it back. Thornton straight away. Gives it off down low. That's Connor McLaren. Shot taken. Oros with the save. Hops up in the air. And finally knocked loose behind the net. Not able to clear right there. That was Ben Anderson with the opportunity. Thornton keeps it alive. He's got the puck back on his stick right now. Throws it down low. The pass back up high from McLennan. Escapes everybody and goes all the way down the ice. Robbins out of his net to play it as the penalty kill is half over now for the Seawolves. Issa Perek starts it up for Bemidji. Adam Fleming carries up the right wing board. Throws it down low. Vincent LaBelle Got through Perek. Back to Magnuson. JP Steele and Erie come together on the near side boards.
Ty Spencer's lost the stick or broke it, so he had to drop it. Hopefully Seawolves get it out of the zone so Ty can get off the ice or get a new twig.
Perek tries to start it up quickly. Here's Erie. Back to Perek, straight away. Gives off to Erie. Puck thrown down low, shot from Flameng. Oro saw that, got it with the left pad. Stuff attempt there. Here's Erie once again. Tries to center, broke it up nicely. And Spencer with that new twig. Can't get it out of the zone, but Oros will make the save. He'll hold on for another whistle. Penalty is over. We're back to 5-a-side as Ryan Johnson gets out.
Well, we've mentioned Hudson Thornton's name a lot, wearing number 5 in green for Bemidji State. And again, that whole new world of college hockey, not only formerly of the Orlando Solarbears, 49 games played at the ECHL level, 1 in the American Hockey League for Hershey. Yet he's back here playing Division I NCAA hockey. We'll never quite get used to how this is working. But
no.
There we go.
And Hershey, for our Seawolf fans, is where Jay Beagle won a Calder Trophy, or a Calder Cup, I guess it is, back in the day, before going on to win a Stanley Cup in Washington. Luke Johnson has it now for the Seawolves. His pass deflected deep into the zone by Parsons, and Rathan Robbins will glove that. He will hold on for a whistle.
So pom-pom night here of fans when they got their seats. Green and gold pom-poms there. They see them waving in the crowd here and there.
Off the face-off, puck finally comes out of the circle, chip back to the point. Gagnon keeps it alive to Connor Cole. Cole trying to work his way up the right wing board, flips it around into the far corner. Ryan Johnson lets that one go through to Atchison. Spun back the other way by the Beavers. Cole trying to center. Here's Ryan Johnson. Shot taken and blocked by the defense right in the skate. Coming back the other way now where the Beavers turnover at center ice. And Cole has it back once again. He backhands it into the far corner. He'll go for a change as Mitch Wolf picks it up for the Beavers, takes a hit from Ryan Johnson, and sends the puck all the way down the ice. Gagnon, his pass to Weston. Weston gets drilled right at the blue line.
Max Vig, Montreal Canadiens draft pick, standing them up at the blue.
Plays like that, you can see why. Johnson with it again, tries to spin it out of the zone. Weston knocks it down, tries to go through to McNarland. That's broken up. And into the zone, they come to Mesnikov, tried to feed a pass through to Pierre. That didn't work. Mesnikov had it back. And it's back to the point to Vig. Vig throws it in off the right pad of Oros.
Ryan Johnson's been trapped out here for quite a while.
Yeah.
Bemidji's trying to take advantage of some
Good thing
gas
he had that
Seawolves.
2-minute rest. Puck sent back in behind the Seawolf net. Magnuson has it knocked away. Had it back and sent it deeper into the zone. Erie has it now. Shot, score! Oh, that was pretty. I believe Patrick Satasori, is the one getting credited for that goal, but
Kirkland Irie making the play coming out of the left circle, just gets into that circle near the face-off dot. Easy centering pass to a streaking
Satasori
out of Lahti, Finland.
So, like that, Bemidji on their 6th shot of the game, they take the 1-0 lead. That was just a really pretty play by the Beavers. And Silvestri tries to dump that in deep once again for Bemidji. It's carried out and sent down the ice by Macway. Luke Roloffs tries to clear the zone. Seawolves keep it alive. And the Beavers flip it out through the neutral zone. Timing play. Silvestri couldn't quite catch up to that one before Joey Potter did. And now it's Strom. And, ooh, that's a hard, high hit, and that was caught. And Strom doesn't like it. And UAA should end up with a power play out of this. We'll see for how long. Connor McClellan will be headed to the box. All right, and the officials are going to take a peek at this to see if it warrants further.
It's college hockey, of course they are.
Yeah, yeah. McClellan holds his hands up like, what'd I do? Well, it was pretty much a shot straight to the face, so.
And again, some of you saw it. Oren Strom again coming into it with some WHL experience, probably a few more extracurriculars along those lines in those leagues.
Couple.
So again, how will these teams adapt to the NCAA game, which generally speaking has a little less rough and tumble?
Yeah, the fighting is out the window. That carries an automatic suspension with it.
But they have to know what they're getting into, right?
And get a look at this hit on Weston. Now, that one was a clean hit. That one was good by Max Vig. But the one next time down the ice, where I believe it was Spencer carrying the puck.
Yep.
And stepping up into him there was McLennan, and he got a lot ahead with that shoulder. So the officials are still looking at this to see if McClellan is going to be joining the team for the rest of the night on the ice. But, of course, it doesn't actually automatically carry the game misconduct anymore.
No. But reviews are going to be aplenty.
Oh, yes. They've made their decision. And McClellan's night is over, I believe.
After review, it was determined this is a 2-minute penalty, minor penalty for head contact.
Oh, 2 minutes. Okay, so I saw
minor for head contact. So
saw the other official duck in there. I thought he was going to ask Mr. McClellan to leave. He did not.
So the Seawolves roll out their first power play unit. Johnson, Cole, McNarland, Warner, and Dimitri Kibru.
Yeah. Puck finally down. McNarland couldn't get there. The Beavers will start this off by sending it all the way down the ice. Warner on his horse. He's being pressed hard by LaBelle. Warner hits the brakes. LaBelle goes on by. And Ethan Warner will start up through the neutral zone. Gives off to Connor Cole. Cole over looking for Kibru. And a good stick right there by Max Vig to knock that back through the neutral zone and force the Seawolves to restart.
Yeah, UA needs to be a little more sure with themselves on possession. Don't be too cute here. Hence there, no entry.
Warner forced all the way back into his zone. Jake McLean doing work there for the Beavers. Warner will start up once again. Here's Cole. Leaves for Kibru. Kibru's got those good wheels, so they like having him trying to carry that puck in. Puck sent all the way down. Oros will leave off for David Jesus. First time we've called his name tonight. Strom over to Macway, who deflects it deep into the zone. Spencer going in after it behind the net. That one pops up into the protective netting. And we'll have a face-off deep in the Bemidji zone. 42 seconds to go on the man advantage for UAA. 11-11 left here in our first period. Beavers on top, 1-0.
Well, on this first power play attempt, at least in this instance, they're keeping it in the zone. It's been one entry out right away. Bemidji's been stingy on the penalty kill thus far.
And that one's fired all the way down the ice. Yeah. And Silvestri is going to be the first one to it for the penalty killers. Strom trying to dig that puck out of there as Pierce steps in to help out Silvestri. Strom down there working, as well as Jesus. Jesus finally comes out with the puck on his stick, but he's tied up by Pierre. And coming in to help out is Spencer. Macway off of his skate. Spencer kept it alive, though. And now it's going to squirt back out to neutral ice as Strom was trying to head off for a change. Couldn't keep it in. Last 5 seconds here on the man advantage, which was overly uneventful. And that was offsides. That's going to do it. We're going to get a penalty for shooting the puck after the whistle. Got some hurt feelings.
We're barely half a period into this game, and what I'm sensing is Bemidji State just basically daring UAA to show them something. You know, they're not afraid to go a little extra something on the PK deep into the offensive zone. They're not afraid of getting caught right now. Again, UAA needs to find a spark one way or the other.
So it looks like Strom was able to get one Beaver to go with him. We'll see if that negates the power play.
We have coincidental minor penalties on the play. To Alaska Anchorage, 2-minute minor for unsportsmanlike conduct, and to Bemidji State's 2 minutes for roughing.
So that worked out.
Yeah, I could almost hear what he said.
Yeah, so I heard the Strom for unsportsmanlike and the Bemidji
probably for a rough.
For a rough, yeah. And so we're going to skate 4-on-4.
Speaking of faces and new places, our old friend Max Helgeson with 2 assists tonight for Miami as the Redhawks break a 26-game winless streak with a 6-4 victory over Ferris State.
Way to start the year for Max.
Max's brother Luke, part of the UA roster this season, not dressed this evening. Rugged defenseman. You may see him at some point.
So we skate 4-on-4. Strom for unsportsmanlike and Vig for roughing. Both coming at 9:32. Good stick there by Joey Potter. You saw on the replay, deflecting that McLennan shot up into the net. And here is Joey Potter. Gets knocked off the puck. Hooked off the puck. And then iced by Bemidji. No, they wave it off. Luke Johnson gets it over to Potter. Potter carries into the zone. Tries to circle the net, left a puck off into the center, and Bemidji recovers and chips that back out into the Seawolf end. Atchison's long pass ahead to Potter, deflected deep. And here come the Beavers now up the far side. Adam Fleming cuts to his right. Poke check by Potter. Fleming will rim that all the way around. Sadasari at the point. Works his way around Aiden Weston. Stays with it. Shot taken. Oros closes the pads right there. Weston trying to get away from the official and the forecheck. And then Atchison turns it over. Pierre with it for the Beavers. Atchison has it back now. And here's Aiden Weston up through the middle. And then he gets blasted as he pulls up along the left half wall. Not going to have room to do that tonight, guys. Beavers come back the other way now. Riley Funk up the right wing board once again. He's going to circle the net. He's watched by David Jesus and Carter McNarland back to the point. Roll-offs. Goes cross ice with it. Then is just sent deeper into the zone by Corcoran. Trying to go back to roll-offs. McNarland pries that free. David Jesus carries it out. McNarland gets it into the zone. Jesus with it. Shot taken. Not sure if that made it onto Robbins or if it got deflected before it got there, but Jesus looking to go top shelf high over the blocker right there.
So far, no shot recorded for UA, so it tells me the defenseman did block that one.
Jesus, the pass ahead from Strom. Now it's Macway. Macway forced to pull up, throws one off the side of the net. And the Beavers come back. Hudson Thornton with it. He can't get it out of the zone. Macway keeps that alive for the Seawolves. Puck sent all the way down. They're going to wave icing off. Getting to it first was Jake McLean. Puck now tied up in the near side corner. Connor Cole trying to get to it. JP Steele as well. Sent back the other way. Connor Cole gets there, reverses once again. Now here's Warner to Steele. Flips it out through neutral ice. And then Macway gets it, turns and just fires it deep into the zone as he goes for a change. Thornton being harassed now by Cole. And Mitch Wolf, the pass ahead to Silvestri. Sent deep into the Seawolf zone. Ethan Warner, first one on it. Left it off, but it got taken away by the Beavers. Shot comes in, fanning on that one. Turnover, though. LaBelle being watched by Steele. Puck sent back down low. And then back up to the point. Here's Vig. Shot comes in, saved by Oros. You got that in the logo. Still loose in front. And the Beavers shuffle that wide. Oros takes his helmet off, and he's ready for a whistle.
Snap broke something on the mask itself, and it's immediate timeout anyway.
Yes, please. 6:43 to go in the first. 1-0 Beavers. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back to Seawolf Hockey, and as we were going to break, fans watching on YouTube got a chance to take a look at that shot by David Jesus. That was actually a really nice save by Robbins, getting up there with that right shoulder to keep that one out of the net. That was labeled for that top corner. And that's not an easy save at all for goaltenders, high to the stick side.
Well, you figure this is not only a big night for Rathan from a standpoint of playing in front of his hometown, but also chance to maybe grab the reins and take over as the number one, not maybe
Absolutely.
after one game, but certainly make his case early on to be the regular, if you would.
Yeah, because Bemidji hasn't, this is their first game. They didn't get an exhibition game like the Seawolves had last week. So here's Contreras, shot. Ooh, that was a tough one. That one skipped in on Robbins. And being a goalie parent, whenever you see those shots coming in, you just kind of clinch because those are tough shots to stop.
Yeah, not only was Rathan Robbins' screen there, but also the hit, puck hitting off the defender and then took knuckle puck action towards him.
Yeah, frozen pucks bounce like frozen footballs. Beavers come out of the zone. Up through the middle. It's Riley Funk. Pulls up in the corner. He's hit by Potter. Funk still on the puck. Beaver player goes flying by. That was Kirkland Erie. And the cross-ice pass coming out of the zone from Strom doesn't connect with Macway. And then Nolan Gagnon gets it into the zone. That'll roll in. Robbins will leave that off for his defenseman. Up the boards it's sent. Icing is waved off as Potter gets to it. Rifled ahead for Macway. Macway softly into the corner. Robbins out behind his net, tries to leave it off for his defenseman and does so. Thornton gets it ahead, and it gets through Magnuson. All the way down the ice it goes. And then Gagnon leaves it off for Potter. Does a nice job of eluding a hit right there as the Seawolves finally able to chip that one back out into the neutral zone.
Off.
Yep, definitely offside.
Carter tried to walk the line there, but that puck did clearly get in the offensive zone.
Yep.
Call for an offsides.
Seawolves look like they're maybe starting to find their footing here a little bit, starting to adjust to the speed.
Coming to the realization that those opportunities are going to be hard to come by, and they
Yeah,
have to find
yeah.
a dirtier way to get it done.
The cute stuff's not going to work nearly as well this weekend as it did last. David Jesus carries in off the draw. Shot taken off the defenseman's stick. Goes wide of the net. He is not afraid to tee it up and let it rip. We saw that last weekend, too. Warner gets the puck deep. Takes a hit for his trouble. Connor Cole behind the net. Centering out in front. Shot. Saved by Robbins.
Yep.
Rebound. Still digging away was Cole. But that's probably UAA's best opportunity. And there's going to be at least one penalty here as a punch was thrown. Ryan Johnson took what looked like a left right to the cage. Or the bubble, if you're picky. So at least one Bemidji player is going to go.
It also seems Bemidji's like realizing Ryan Johnson might be the guy to go after here.
Definitely. I mean, nice pass there by Johnson. Kebrew couldn't find it initially.
Like Connor's right there.
So I think it's going to be LaBelle right here. Oh, they both earned
Yeah,
one.
they both took one.
Yep.
Well,
So-
only 2 minutes up for Bemidji, though. Oh, there you go. Coincidentals.
So it's going to be LaBelle for Bemidji. And Ryan Johnson's second time to the box tonight. Not even 15 minutes in. And I'm going to say those are probably both roughs.
But it definitely kind of gets a sense that Bemidji knows what they're doing from a scouting standpoint. The less that Johnson's on the ice, the less dynamic UA's offense
Yes.
is probably going to be.
So 4-on-4 once again. And Jesus leaves off for Contreras. Contreras waterbugs his way through center ice and is picked up or
what a
pickpocketed
step.
at the blue line. Here comes Pierre, walks in, shot saved by Oros. And boy, what a great opportunity for Pierre. And an even better save because he had Oros sliding to his left, and Oros managed to keep that right pad there just long enough to make that save. That was a beauty. So another look here. Just the burst of speed that Pierre puts on to pull away from David Jesus and Dylan Contreras. And he got Greg moving like he wanted to, and no, it wasn't the pad, it was the stick, yeah. Closing that 5-hole up.
But David, that play all starts. Dylan Contreras looks great getting through the neutral zone, but he just has to get it in. He's not going to skate three guys.
No.
He might get one, but he's not getting three or four. And those are the decisions you got to make quickly at this level.
So the Beavers once again through neutral ice. Riley Funk carries into the near side circle. He takes a hit down there from
Nolan Gagnon,
Nolan
who loses a
Gagnon.
stick.
Yep. Back up to the point. Here's Wolf, watched by McNarland. Back to Thornton. Thornton carries it in, gets planted, and the puck rims around. Funk with it again. Throws it down low for a deflection, and Oros with the save. Nice save again by Greg. He's had to make some great saves tonight in this one so far just to keep this game close.
And some genuine nastiness in this one, too.
You wouldn't expect that from these two teams considering they haven't played in so long.
Former WCHA rivals.
Yep.
Of course, the Beavers have owned the series, 18-3-5 all time. 8-1-3 here in Alaska.
Connor Cole spins a pass. And here's Atchison being harassed from behind. He pulls up. Tried to leave off for Cole. And that turns into a breakaway the other way. Issa Perek comes in. Shot saved by Oros. Perek tried to go 5-hole, and Oros shut that down. Here's a chance now. David Jesus up the right wing side. Jesus shot high and wide. We got a penalty coming up here on the Beavers. I'm wondering if that's a slash. It is. So UAA will go on the vaunted 4-on-3 power play.
David Jesus, not much of room to maneuver there, so he had to let it fly from high atop the right circle. Second big breakaway save by Greg Oros coming up right here.
Yeah, Issa Perek got free, and then David Jesus right back the other way. And that penalty is on Perek.
31 seconds remaining on the coincidentals, and then UAA will enjoy its second power play opportunity.
So Jesus has it to start the power play straight away. Playing catch with Ty Spencer. Now it's Connor Cole. Back to Jesus. Back to Cole. Shot! Gloved up. Robbins saw that the entire way.
Very much so.
And just said, thank you very much. Another look at this one here. Jesus gets it right in the wheelhouse for Cole. Connor had that top corner picked. But Robbins has a really big glove. Jesus backhands it down to Cole. Tried to center across. Shot comes in, saved by Robbins. Good strong push there to get across and make that save on Spencer. We're back to the 5-on-4 power play now as Ryan Johnson is out of the penalty box, as well as LaBelle. And the Beavers send it down the ice. And Warner will pick it up. And he will start things ahead, being watched by McLean. Warner gives off to Kebrew. Kebrew to McNarland, back to Kebrew. Shot comes in, that goes wide of the net. Johnson trying to keep that one alive. It's going to find its way out of the zone. Warner back to Kebrew, to Johnson. Johnson chips it into the far corner. McNarland on his horse trying to get there. Beaten to it, but it comes around to Connor Cole. Kebrew had it, knocked it down, and then rifled out of the zone by Bemidji. 45 seconds to go here on the Seawolf man advantage. 2:13 to go in our first period. 1-0 Beavers. Here's Warner. Gives it off to Ormstrom. Now it's Spencer. Dumped deep by Macway. And Luke Johnson avoids a hit but loses a puck. Then Strom comes over, Macway comes over, lays a hit, but the Beavers able to send it all the way down once again. Spencer carries through the neutral zone. Stripped inside the blue line. Pass over Luke Johnson. Shot taken. Save made by Robbins. And then chipped out of the zone by Bemidji. So the power play is over. UAA did record 3 shots on goal with that man advantage, so that's definitely a positive. And then it's sent all the way down the ice. Deflected by Strom, they said. And the Beavers will start back up.
The ice tilted Bemidji State's way during most of this first period, but now with less than 2 minutes remaining, shots are 11-9 in favor of Bemidji State.
Yeah, that gap has really closed. I know at one point it was 8-1. Behind the net, Wolf throws it off of Oros's stick, and the Seawolves find it and chip it out of the zone as we go under a minute to play here in our first period. Thornton starting up the near side, gets knocked down by Ben Anderson. And here's Aiden Weston to Anderson, and that would have been offside. But here comes Bemidji right back the other way. Pass sent ahead, deflected, rolls in on Oros, and he's going to hold that one for a whistle. 33 seconds left here in the period, and the faceoff will be deep in the UAA zone off to the left of the Seawolf cage. Greg Oros, 11 saves thus far in this first period.
Speaking earlier where I think Bemidji was kind of daring UAA here and there, prove something. At least in his last few minutes, UAA's brought a little something extra to the table to show that they're just not going to lay down.
Yeah, a couple of quality scoring chances. One big
the
save by Robbins.
The quality
with the
of the play has improved
vastly. Yeah,
just
vastly.
Puck possession, whatnot, those sort of things.
That puck deflected up right over the head of our equipment manager there for the Seawolves.
Matt McDougall, his first season with the Seawolves.
I was looking for it, so I'm glad you had it handy.
Katie Day, the athletic trainer down there. She's a familiar face. Well, with each one of the coaches now, Matt Shasby getting 3 familiar faces as assistants Aaron McFeeters, Chris Kamal, the former goalie, and now Evan Trupp, back from his tenure in the USHL.
Centering pass broken up by Dylan Contreras. He's trying to escape behind the net, able to get that one ahead, but not able to get it out of the zone was Parsons. And then it's turned right back deep for UAA, and they are content to let the last couple seconds run off here. That's going to do it. Period number 1 in the books. And Bemidji controlled, like we've said, the first half of the period plus, but UAA seemed to find their way as the second half of that period rolled on. Shots on goal after 1, 12 for the Beavers, 9 for the Seawolves, but the score 1-0 Bemidji. That goal coming just 7 minutes into period number 1.
Early on, Rathan Robbins just hoping to get some quality chances coming his way, and he did there in the last several. So again, kind of an even period, so to speak. I think maybe give a little bit of an edge to Bemidji State just in terms of total flow, and maybe that confidence level bore out a little more there than it did for UA. But nonetheless, a 1-goal deficit, one big play here. The Seals right back in this thing.
I think for the Seawolves, adjustment-wise, if you look at it going into the intermission, one of the big places where Bemidji, I think, really controlled the game was in the neutral zone. Zone entries for UAA were really tough when they were trying to skate it in.
Well, there is, the logic of that. If you try it 4 times, don't try it a 5th, what have you, in terms of, again, it's often can be said kind of boring to just dump and chase, dump and chase, dump and chase, but until you can find those cracks in the armor, that's what you have to do.
Yep, you got to do what you got to do, and there were certainly times where UAA was a little bit too easy to get through the neutral zone if you're or for Bemidji State. That didn't really roll off the tongue the way I wanted it to, but it sounded good in my head.
That's why we can take a break for a few minutes.
So we are actually going to go do that right now. They're going to play some games on the ice, and Matt and I will be back in just a few minutes. Thanks.
Here's Shannon and Curtis competing in today's Alaska Airlines puck shoot. The objective is to shoot the puck in one of the 3 holes. The middle one is an Alaskan Airlines round-trip ticket, and the 2 side holes are MVP Gold membership. Looks like Curtis is ready. Curtis, you going first? Give it a rip, Curtis. Little outside. Ooh. Ooh. Here we go. One more. Give it all you got, buddy. There. Okay. Make some noise for Curtis. Next up, we got Shannon. Shannon looks like he knows what he's doing. Looks like he's got a little stick handling skills. Ooh. Ooh. There we go. There we go. MVP Gold membership on the line there. Little outside. Here we go. Make some noise for Shannon right now. Last shot here. Ooh. Well done.
Don't re-roof, Restore with Alaska Roof Restorations, specializing in the inspection, repair, and restoration of existing flat, low slope, and metal roofs. Our completely seamless system seals out water and is proven to perform in Alaska's tough climate, offering a long-lasting, cost-effective, sustainable alternative to traditional re-roofing. Plus, with maintenance reapplication and our renewable warranty, your roof can last the life of the building. Contact us today for a free quote. AlaskaRoofRestorations.com.
It's like finding a guide to climb a mountain.
We're almost there.
Who makes you want to climb it again. It's like the local you ask for directions, who recommends the best meal of the trip. Or it's the health advocate who speaks to your heart.
He's struggling.
At Moda Health, more than anything,
We can help.
we're here to guide you, to simplify the complex,
Guess what?
and ease the stress of managing your health.
I love it.
So let us lead you to the answers, and let yourself experience better.
Create a backyard that's out of this world. Right now, save $50 on the MSA 60 CB battery chainsaw and save $50 on the VGA 57 battery blower. Real STIHL.
And welcome back to Seawolf Hockey. Pleased to be joined now by senior forward for UAA, Connor Cole. First of all, Connor, I want to say congrats. I understand that you've been elected this year's captain.
Yeah, thank you. Super humble that the boys picked me and the coaching staff agreed with it. So it's just it's very honored, very humbled. So it's awesome. Thank you.
Being a captain at any level is a huge thing. I know you just mentioned that. What kind of responsibility does that put on your shoulders?
I don't think it changes much of who I am and how I go about my business and whatnot, but I do think that you're more of a vocal voice. You're more of younger guys are looking to you, even older guys are looking to you of how to go about things and the way you work, the way you go about everything really in life, and whether that be the guys leaning on me to talk to the coaches about whatever, or you're really just the example. You're the standard of how we do things in Seawolf Hockey. So. It's a big honor, and I won't take it lightly.
You also get to talk to the referees. I don't get to talk to the referees.
Yeah, that is something. That is something. I don't necessarily look forward to talking to referees, but it is something that you got to do. So, yeah.
So last season, you had an outstanding year last year. As you moved into that top power play line, you started to click with that one-timer from the right circle. How do you build on that this year?
Yeah, no, I think a lot of it is just getting that opportunity, and I got to thank God for that, and just my teammates too. I thought we had a lot of chemistry last year. In terms of building up on it, individually you want to not just be a one-trick pony type thing. You want to build on other skills that other teams are pre-scouting you, right? Yeah. So you need to know, you need to understand what the PK is doing and what they're trying to take away. So I think just a big part of that is just building skill within that power play, and then also just as a unit, as a team, just to improve on each other's individual, whatever we're good at, right? And just build on that and really just develop chemistry, watching a lot of videos. So that comes with the territory. So
the dynamic of college hockey really changed this year with the introduction of now CHL players able to come in and play. And I know we've got a few on the roster this year. What do those guys bring to the table?
Yeah, I think just a level of skill and smarts. The CHL is a different game than college for sure, and I think you bring that in and you can see their skill level, their IQ, and that's just only going to help us. So we're super grateful for that, and it's going to benefit every single team in the country, but specifically us. They're not only great players, but they're great guys. So it's a big addition to our locker room for sure.
Now, being in your senior year now, you've been through this a few times. The turnover from one year to the next, it's gotten a lot worse since the NIL came in. It basically get college free agency at the end of the year. What is that like for you? Say at the end of the season, do you know perhaps who's thinking of leaving, who's thinking maybe of coming? Do you guys have any insight in that?
Yeah, I think there's guys you suspect, especially if you're close with them. You kind of know prior, but a lot of the times you hear about it after they're meeting with the coaches and whatnot. And I wish every guy who left nothing but the best. Some of my best friends left last year, and it was heartbreaking. But you know what? Like, they're going to better spots, they're in better places. So, and that not only for the team but for themselves individually. So it's tough in a sense, but you understand it. At the end of the day, like, we're in college, but it kind of is a business at this point. So yeah, it just comes with the territory.
Yeah, I think you start to learn it anymore at a really young age with the way kids bounce from team to team, season to season. It's really kind of become the norm, other than the unusual. And I see it, like I said, at the youth levels here, kids getting recruited to play from one team to another. It's crazy.
Yeah, I can't imagine now. Like, you see even youth hockey, just kids jumping team to team, and that's just trickle down from the NHL to college. It's really crazy, the environment, but I think a level of loyalty is it goes a long way, especially in today's age. So yeah.
So one last one, Briarcrest tonight. What do you expect?
I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what to expect. I think that we don't want to worry about them as much as we want to worry about ourselves and what we're going to do good, and what we're going to focus on. So I don't really know too much about what to expect, but we can't steep down to anyone's level, no matter if we're playing Denver or if we're playing Briarcrest. So
the nice thing is, though, you get to hit somebody else for a change.
Yeah, exactly. And it'll be different because they got the visors on too. So
that's right. I forgot. We haven't had a Canadian team up here for 2 years.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well,
keep those sticks down, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Connor, thanks for the time. Good luck tonight, and we'll see you this season.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Everyone.
Absolutely. Connor Cole. We'll be back with more UAA hockey in just a few moments. Welcome back to UAA Hockey. 1-0 Beavers after one period. Lone goal scored by Bemidji came off the stick of Patrick Sadosari at the 7:01 mark of that first period. Kirkland Erie got the lone assist. Goaltender saves in that first period. Rathan Robbins, the Anchorage native, playing for Bemidji. 9 shots faced, 9 saves. And for Greg Oros, 12 shots faced, 11 saves. Penalty minutes in that first period, there were a lot. Bemidji took 4 penalties for 8 minutes, UAA 3 for 6 minutes. Seawolves 0 for 2 with the power play. Bemidji 0 for 1 with the power play.
Going back to that goal from Bemidji State, that play was set up by Irie coming out of that left circle and just kind of threading the needle there as Sadasari blazed through the right circle.
Update from up north. Duluth up 3-0 on our friends from Fairbanks. So nice to see that. As Pavel Funtek has it, he sends that one ahead. That's going to roll in on net. Robbins will go ahead and cover that. So the faceoff will be to the right of the Bemidji net. Connor Cole on the draw. Ryan Johnson controls. Walks around Thornton, or at least tries to. Johnson still with it. Curls away from Thornton. Johnson protects. Back to the point it goes. Joey Potter throws it back down deep, looking for Cole. He's bodied off the puck by Riley Funk. Getting it back down there. Kebrew has it pulled away by Thornton. Cole's down there also helping out. Ryan Johnson had it. Looked like a little indecision there whether he wanted to shoot it or just try a toe drag, and lost control. Thornton takes a hit but gets the puck over to Wolf, whose pass ahead is caught and carried by Erie into the zone. Deep into the zone it goes. Riley Funk, first one on it, drops it back to the point. Shot, never made it on net. And the Seawolves will start out. Here's Potter leading the rush from the back end. Potter tries to cut toward the front, leaves off a pass, and Funtek, both D-men up below the hash marks.
You're not going to see that very often.
No. And then Bemidji sends it all the way down. Oh, they're going to call icing, and the Beavers probably aren't going to like that one a whole lot, as Jackson Panzer could have easily been arguing that he won the race there.
I'm going to see the replay. There's Funtek in there in deep along with his friend Joey Potter, leaving Dylan Contreras and friends back on the blue line, which looked like Adam Parsons that time.
Yeah, typically the only blue ice you want to see your D-men in are your own. But, you know, things happen.
Game flow is game flow, David.
That's right. It's kind of the new hockey, getting rid of forward and D, and it's just like player 1, player 2, player 3. Off the draw, puck sent around, and Panzer tries to go cross ice with the pass. Ethan Warner breaks that up. Owen Strom, tried to get it across to Spencer, just out of his reach. Spencer throws it on net. Strom trying to pull out that rebound and had it knocked off his stick. And here comes Bemidji back the other way. Connor McClellan sends it deep into the zone. Jesus gets it, sends it around into the near side corner. Bemidji took it away. Nice little move there by Strom to get that pass ahead to Warner. And now it's Macway to Spencer, back to Macway, shot goes just wide. Boy, he had room over there as Robbins had slid across to the right of his net, and it just went wide of the far post by a little bit. Oros out of his net, he rims it around for Strom, can't control it. Bemidji shot goes wide of the net. And here's a chance, that should be interference. Nope, not gonna call it. As trying to catch up to that was Aiden Weston, and one of the Beavers grabbed him nicely.
UA in a line change there, probably stopped collection of the puck a little bit as players are jumping off and on and off the ice.
Yep. That's the great place for too many men on the ice, which my daughter's team seems to get called for every game.
JP Steele getting caught there. Deciding to let the puck go just in case.
Steele and Atchison back behind the net trying to dig that out. A couple of Beavers players as well. Weston gets knocked down behind the net now by Flameng. Weston trying to dig free, gets it to McNarland, who finally is able to spin it out of the zone. Mitch Wolf sends it ahead. Seawolf send it right back in. And here's Atchison now. Atchison gives off to Ben Anderson in the near side boards, who drops it for steal. And he's able to get it deep just before Fleming could get a stick on it. Beavers starts to come out of the zone. And here's Peer with an opportunity. He had a great chance back in the first period, and Oros made the save on that. Here's McNarland now, trying to work it around the official and Perek, and Perek knocks it free. McClellan sends it forward as it gets through Silvestri. Oros comes out of his net, and it gets past him. Logan Atchison runs into a brick wall, and with it behind the net, all the way back up to the point, Perek loses an edge and then loses the puck out of the zone. Here's McLean working his way back in, loses it, gets it back, and then has it kicked free into the corner. Luke Johnson blows a tire going in after the puck. JP Steele down there with him. Shot comes in, goes over the net, back to Perek. Pass sent back down into Jake McLean. McLean spins it behind the net, centered out in front. Silvestri couldn't handle it. Here's Perek with it one more time. Shot taken, and that missed the short side. Back up high, Dylan Contreras lays a body into Luke Roloffs. And the Seawolves, looking to relieve the pressure, just flip the puck high out of the zone. Bemidji recovers and is right back in, but the Seawolves have some fresh bodies on the ice. Shot comes in, saved by Oros. Behind the net, the Beavers still control with Magnuson. Centered it up front. Shot comes in from the point. And back on the near side boards. Shot taken, blocked. And here's a chance for Dimitri Kibru all by himself. Kibru trips over the blue line. Shot saved by Robbins. Oh, the blue line got him. Got him good, too.
Dimitri managed to still get the shot.
That was a heck of a shot, too.
Right in the belly. The rebound was there for a moment.
Strom turns that one into the Bemidji zone.
Dimitri's thinking it had to be at the end of a shift, didn't it?
It's got to be. Funtek goes in to the board. Shot scored.
Quick work out of the right corner. McClellan there to finish her off. Connor's first collegiate goal in his first collegiate game.
Well. All right.
Just quick pass from behind.
And just found a hole. Oros looked like he had that post sealed pretty well.
Jackson Panzer found some space there behind the net to Greg Orish's left. Just perfect pass. Open ice is a pleasantry.
It is.
Beavers take advantage of some. Go up 2-0.
Goal comes at the 5:24 mark here of our second period. As the puck rolls down into the Bemidji zone. Thornton gathers. And up the far side, shot comes in high off Maxi Mesnikov's stick. Oliver Peer with it once again. He's rubbed off by Dylan Contreras. Sent back down low to Peer. Out front, shot, goal. Boy, that was a heck of a shot. Fleming from here.
Nearly a carbon copy. The second goal just quick from behind the net. Oros is to his left. Nothing he could do as that was quick pass, quick shot. Adam Fleming. His 20th career goal in his 109th game. An actual senior in college hockey.
That's unheard of. So consecutive shots result in consecutive goals for the Beavers. McLennan at 5:24, Fleming at 6:01, and it's 3-0. That puck sent ahead, deflected deep by Noah Quinn. As McNarland tries to get that one out of the zone. Aiden Weston, nice cross-ice pass. Ben Anderson shrugs off one of the Bemidji players. As back out of the zone now come the Beavers. Max Vig, the defenseman, leading the rush. He gets hit by Potter. Oros, the beneficiary of a quick whistle right there as that puck got through him. Joey Potter, fortunately, was there.
The old referee loses sight of the goal.
So Max Vig gets the second assist on the Flaming goal. But all of a sudden, Greg may be looking a little bit shaky down there.
He's just hoping and praying for a little help on the offensive end of the ice.
Yeah.
Just get one in just to help alleviate a little bit of the pressure.
Puck flipped ahead. Kebrew couldn't quite catch up to that. Connor Cole has it back on his tape. Trying to carry it up now. Kebrew with it. But right back into the zone are the Beavers. Centering pass, shot, goal.
Just like that.
Yep.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Beavers put up 3.
And here comes Tyler Kristoff. Goal there coming off the stick of Riley Funk. As Greg Oros' night has come to an end, Tyler Kristoff's making his way out on the ice. Which, that's tough. Greg had a great first period.
He did.
And the wheels just really kind of fell off. Not necessarily his fault.
No, he just did.
Because Bemidji got, like you mentioned a minute ago, a lot of open space to skate in and move in. So, makes it a lot tougher on your goaltender. So 4-0 now, Beavers. Atchison. Pass backhanded deep into the zone by Spencer. Robbins sends it up the wall. Gets through Spencer. That puck is sent all the way down, but no icing. As we've got a scrum of 5 behind the net. Puck finally comes loose. Back to the point it goes. Wolf, shot, save, rebound, save again by Kristoff. Puck's still there and finally pulled out of there by Strom. Macway trying to catch up to that. Wolf beats him to it. Puck still moving forward. Here's Strom's shot. And getting that one with the shoulder was Robbins. Another shot, that goes wide of the net. Funtek steps in to keep that alive as Pierre has it now for the Beavers. Send ahead to McLennan. McLennan backhands it out of the zone. Not very far though as Funtek gathers it back in. Cross corner dump in as the Seawolves change behind the play. Well, I guess in front of the play, you could say. Aiden Weston has it get through him. Looks it deep, high in the air. Funtek knocks that down. And now here's Potter. Sent ahead to McNarland. Almost said McFarland. Ben Anderson throws one through the low slot area. Gets back to Potter. Here's McNarland now. Throws it on net. That hit skates in front. Never made it on net. Funtek knocked it free for a second. It's going to find its way out of the zone. Weston tries to turn it back in. That would have been offsides. As the Seawolves forced retreat to the neutral zone. Bemidji sends it ahead. That's going to go for icing. And that'll bring the face-off back to the Bemidji zone. So a little bit of a pushback there from UAA now. First time we've really seen that this period.
Yeah, you wonder when you get a little demoralized exactly how you find something in that gas tank to keep it going. They have to find, again, we talked about a spark in the first period. Now they're in dire need for one here in the second. So far, making Raythan Robbins return home awfully comfortable.
Yep. Off the face-off. Shot by Luke Johnson. Johnson has it back. Another shot. That one is blocked. Boy, Johnson didn't waste any time there. He ripped that first one right off the logo of Robbins, and then he was on top of that rebound in a heartbeat. Just got a defenseman's stick in the way.
So for UA, you just had to believe there's a minute 29 goal spurt in your quiver as well and kind of rely on that as we almost halfway through the evening here at the Chuck Homan Ice Rink.
It certainly isn't like the Seawolves have been completely devoid of chances tonight. They've definitely created some opportunities. So I think you get one to go, and that definitely boosts the confidence.
Here's the thing, David. I mean, new team and all that, but year 4, I think the passing kind of like wants from Worrell anything, and just that they just want to be able to produce like any other team would.
Yep.
And no, it's no fun being a quote unquote perennial punching bag. So you want to do everything you can to make sure stuff like this, that minute 29 spurt, doesn't happen on any kind of regular basis.
Shot taken goes wide of the net. That was Issa Perek with the shot.
And you know Bemidji State's not about to let up at any point here.
No, not at all.
Getting to play their first real hockey game of the season.
Corcoran sends it ahead for Bemidji, gets under Erie, and Connor Cole backhands that one deep into the Beaver zone. Corcoran gets to it in front of Ryan Johnson, and then Erie tries to turn it out of the zone. He gets put on his backside by Ethan Warner. Back to the point, Warner, D to D. JP Steele shot, save made by Robbins. I think that was probably going wide, but Robbins slowed it down. So let's take a break like the players will. 9:43 to go in the second. We'll be right back.
This 44-year-old multi-sport athlete competed with us for the Alaska Special Olympics on the global map, competing at the highest level of the sport for more than 20 years. He's a two-time world champion in powerlifting in the 2003 World Games in Ireland, a four-time silver medalist in powerlifting in the 2007 World Games in China, and four-time medalist, 1 gold, 3 silvers in powerlifting at the 2023 World Games. Make some noise for Bobby Hill.
Shots on goal, 18-14 in favor of Bemidji State. 4-0 where it really matters, though, in favor of the Beavers. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm known to make a typo myself every now and then. So might pick one up in a game note sheet once in a while.
Yeah,
but life goes on. UA hosting Bemidji State again tomorrow at 5 o'clock, then on the road for quite a while.
Yeah.
Until I see David's face again on December 5th.
2 months.
But again, that is the life of the 5 independents in the current Division I hockey landscape. UAF has even fewer appearances up at the Carlson Center this year than UA has here at the Homan.
Well, basically, almost half of our actual games that count here in Anchorage, well, and in Fairbanks, are against each other. Teams playing 8 times this year.
It's called the price of doing business at big-time college athletics.
Yep. Patrick Sadasori sends that one all the way down. That'll be icing and bring the face-off back down into the Bemidji zone.
SeawolfFifthLine.com. Click join now. Don't miss any of the planned events for this season. It's the Seawolf Hockey Program at the
I said after tomorrow afternoon's 5 o'clock start with Bemidji State. UA goes on the road at St. Cloud for 2, at Denver for 2, at Bentley on the East Coast for 2, at Stonehill, at Brown, at Holy Cross for 2, and good old Worcester, Mass.
Well, at least there's some games in there that they should win. Maybe not the first 4. But there are winnable games in that stretch. Shot taken and swallowed up by Robbins.
One thing at a time for the Seawolves. If they can just break one past Robbins at this point, that would change the tenor of things. Face off to Rathan's left. Coming up.
Yeah, it's pulled away from Dylan Contreras, and Mitch Wolf rims it around. Atchison stepped in to keep that alive, and then Bemidji sends that all the way down. Icing is waved off as Jesus gets to it. He absorbs a hit, sends the puck all the way down the ice. Icing is waved off as Parsons on his horse trying to get there, beaten to it by Thornton. And now it's Wolf. Pass straight up the middle, walking in, shot taking, Kristoff, blocker save, rebound was there.
Here we go.
And a chance here for Contreras.
Doesn't have any help.
Contreras takes the shot, blocked by Thornton, and that rolls in softly on Robbins. You could see Luke Johnson trying to catch up, but he just looked gassed.
For a split second, it looked like we might have an odd man rush.
Yeah. But here's Contreras. And not much trouble there for Robbins. Ryan Johnson takes a couple of hacks, gets off to Cole, back to Funtek, throws one in wide of the net. Kibru kicks it back to Potter, over to Funtek. Again on net. That one I don't think got through either. I think that hit traffic. Ryan Johnson with it now. Leaves off for Cole. Connor Cole throws it on net. That one was on goal. Kibru rims it all the way around. Can Potter get there? No, he can't. And that one exits the zone. Now here's Kibru to Johnson. Right back in to the Bemidji end. Johnson defended nicely by Vig. Centered out in front. Shot, save, rebound. Hopped over Connor Cole's stick. Back around to the far side. Kibru backhands it in on net. And Robbins holds on to it. Get a whistle, couple of pushes.
Looking at that UA schedule, they actually get some time off before they play at St. Cloud on October 24th. Smash cut to next week on October 10th. Bemidji hosts St. Cloud, the Huskies, in a home and home. Actually, they play them at home on the 10th for their home opener, then travel to St. Cloud on the 11th. A few common opponents here on the schedule.
Well, I know Bemidji's just happy that they don't have to go up to Fairbanks because nobody wants to make this trip up here and go to Fairbanks.
You're not making any friends here on the opening broadcast of our season, David.
Well,
I am.
Yeah,
see,
I am. The green and gold ones are my friends.
We're all friends here in Alaska, aren't we? The day after the PFD was landed in most accounts.
Yeah, yeah.
For our visitors from, or listeners from watching and listening from Minnesota, that's our piece of the oil action.
That's what we like to call free money.
Not as much of it as it could be.
No.
But that's a whole different YouTube show.
Yeah. We don't need to get into that. Puck sent ahead, gets through Strom. They're going to wave that off. Strom's going to put a hit on Corcoran, and the puck comes right back out to the neutral zone. Flameng carries, hits the blue line, gives off. Shot taken, blocked. Boy, way to sell out in front of that one and block it. Bemidji getting shot after shot at Kristoff.
I heard a whistle.
Blew. There
blue
is
ice.
No goal.
Too much traffic in the blue ice by the Beavers. Beavers building a dam in front of Tyler Kristoff.
Hey-o, nailed it.
And the play whistle dead before. I believe that was Hudson Thornton just licking his chops as he came driving in from the right point.
So here's a look. Big cross check in the back by McNarland.
Little goaltender interference,
Flameng.
non-penalty version.
Yeah. And the official right there to wave it off instantly, much like the one in the first period where almost the same thing happened. So it'll be Peer in to take the draw, facing Aiden Weston, who gets thrown out. So now it'll be Ben Anderson. Puck pushed over to the far boards as Anderson clobbers Wolf And they're going to get a penalty out
Long
of that.
distance.
Yeah. Guessing that's going to be on Anderson for a rough. For getting the hands up.
Ben using every bit of his 6'5" frame to extend that stick. A little tap as he heads to the penalty box. Elbowing penalty.
All right. So Bemidji's second power play opportunity of the night. They're 0 for 1. .6:03 to go here in period number 2. Bemidji on top 4-0. 3 goals here. Just about a minute and a half apart. Early in the second to push the lead from 1-0 to 4-0. So puck is down, loose in the Seawolf zone. Back to the point it goes. Down low with it. Fleming tries to throw it out in front, taken away, and a chance to skate with it now is Mackway. Mackway filters it through. Shot deflected in by Spencer. Robbins makes the save. Actually, that was deflected in by Parsons.
Good job by Adam to just not run into Rathan Robbins and just kind of stop in front of him. It's a good rink awareness by Adam to keep that from being a goalie interference penalty.
Yeah, very smart play. Last thing UAE needs right now is to go down 2 men.
But you're also down 4-0, so yeah, you're going to take that odd man rush chance
Definitely
on the penalty kill.
Erie playing catch it with Perek at the blue line. Here's Perek once again. Goes down low, shot. And boy, taking that one right up the backside was Warner. Fortunately, there's some good padding back there in the hockey equipment.
I tend to disagree.
It all depends on how much you want to spend on your pants. Another shot comes in, and Warner
another block.
once again. Yeah, he's going to have a mark. Centering out in front, and that's goal.
Connor
McLennan.
McLennan gets his second of the period. And the Beavers have set up a camp on the right post here this period, where all the goals coming from basically that same spot.
It's like Silvestri got the primary assist. Or is that 11? That's 11. Fleming. He's been on the score sheet more than once now.
Connor is feeling it when he's sitting on the bench. We just saw him sitting there, and he is wincing. Looks like he's grabbing at his right shoulder, waving something off his right arm. But the goal's going to make that a salve that'll cure all ills, since you had 2-goal period in your first collegiate game. First American collegiate game.
There you go.
First American NCAA Division I collegiate game.
Puck sent back to the point. Corcoran throws it on net. Krivstov able to find that through a mess of legs. And then there's a trip that's called. So power play coming up here for the Seawolves.
Yeah, Tyler, come on off.
And Hebrew gets over to Ryan Johnson. Johnson pushes it forward. Throws a shoulder into one of the Beaver players, and there's our whistle. So 3:56 left here in the period, and UAA will go on their third power play of the night.
Minor penalty, Bemidji State, number 14. 2 minutes for tripping.
For a trip.
Again, it's worth reiterating, if you're the Seals, you just want that one. Just want that one, kind of break that ice. Again, a storybook. Nearly 2 periods for Rathan Robbins is his return home to Anchorage with a sections full of family and friends. He wasn't sure how many would be here to watch him. He knew it was going to be quite a lot.
Mackway carries in, rims it all the way around. Here's Spencer now at the near point. Drops it back to Luke Johnson. Jesus, straight away. Warner, or
Uh-oh.
Bemidji carrying back the other way. It's Erie. He's just going to hit the blue line, get it deep. and go for a change. And now Wheeler to Mackway. Back through to Wheeler. Tried to go back to Mackway. That was broken up, but Mackway gets the puck back. Mackway once again switches places with Strom. Jesus, the shot goes wide of the net. Luke Johnson toe picks into the boards as he was trying to pull that puck free, and the Beavers able to send that all the way back down the ice. Tyler Kristoff leaves off for Warner. And now it's Connor Cole to Ryan Johnson to Warner. To Cole. Down low to McNarland. Back to Cole. Back to Warner. Cole, shot. Sounded like he broke his stick, but apparently not. Warner. Johnson, shot by Kebrew over the net. Well set up. Here's Warner once again to Cole. 4 seconds to go in the man advantage. Warner, the shot is blocked. And the power play is over for UAA.
Small victories, probably their best sustained offensive zone time. Again, on the power play, definitely their 3-on-1. Dimitri keep it off sides. Oh, big.
Good save. And there's a goal. Ethan Warner backhands it in off Rathan Robbins. And if I'm Bemidji, honestly, I'm looking at that saying, I want a review for offside.
The puck was in. Dimitri just lost the handle of it once it was in. Let's see, we see any retort from the Bemidji State bench. I'm not looking like anything's happening there. Play with so much promise gets broken. And then a finish from Ethan Warner, and they found something to be happy about here inside the Homan.
Definitely. Ethan Warner, his first of the season, UAA's first of the season, and that makes it 5-1.
Ethan's second collegiate goal in his 19th game.
And right back in and scoring are the Beavers. I want to say Luke Roloffs gets
Broken play Orama, as that was just fired in from the left wing boards. And I don't know if Tyler was just looking elsewhere, exactly what transpired. That caught all of us by surprise, David.
Yeah.
But it's 5-1 Beavers nonetheless.
Well, it was. We're up to 6.
So
now.
6, yeah. See, I can't count.
It's been a 5-goal period, though. So you weren't totally off.
The black ending can be hypnotic sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
So to be exact, it's 6-1 Bemidji State with a minute 15 remaining here in the second period.
Yeah, I don't know who got the first assist on that, but
they called it Warner for McNarland and Johnson.
Oh, McNarland, okay. And then, yeah.
McNarland was the one who had the little poke check that Rathan Robbins made the nice right toe save on, and then the rebound was left there for a streaking Warner.
Puck now in the Bemidji zone. McNarland has it to Ben Anderson. Shot! And that missed everything except the protective netting.
Fired it high. Okay, first time all season, I'm happy to say I'm not good enough where I can miss the net. My problem is I just hit the goalie too often.
Oh,
what limited action I allow myself at this point in my
I'm really good at missing the net.
Storied beer league career.
I'm really good at missing the net. Makes me a horrible goalie coach.
Yeah.
Here comes Bemidji up the far side. Hit
Nice.
put on.
Nice little Cronwall move there from Joey Porter.
Potter down there still trying to dig that puck out. It finally comes out. Ryan Johnson gets it to Cole. Over to Kebrew. Kebrew to Atchison. Atchison run into by Thornton just inside the blue line. Now Kebrew gathers it back in for Potter. Nice little curl there. And Kebrew will start ahead as we are at 10 seconds left here in the period. Kebrew throws it into the near side corner. Atchison gets to it. Doesn't control it easily, and that's going to do it for period number 2. So, well, I think the best thing you can say about that second period is that it's over.
Or that it kept the official scores busy.
Very.
A 6-goal period after a pretty quiet first, only 1 goal in the first.
I'm sure they're probably at least on their second or third pen by now after that period. 5 goals tallied by Bemidji in that period. McLennan, Fleming, and Funk scored 1 minute and 29 seconds apart. And then it was McLennan again at 15:15. Ethan Warner broke the ice for UAA at 18:21, but 13 seconds later, Luke Roloffs tallied for Bemidji. So 6-1 after 2. Shots on goal, 23 each. And yeah, that's about it for 2 periods.
I think
so,
you're right.
Matt and I are going to take a break. We'll be back here for third period action in a few minutes.
Make some noise for Spirit the Seawolf. We have 2 more contestants out here, Kylie and Mariah. They're competing in today's challenge, Pack Your Bags. Racing to the center line with their empty suitcases, collecting 2 beach balls, 1 salmon, 1 bag of popcorn. They will then get on the scooter and head back to the goal line. First one to the goal line wins, and remember, your bag has to be completely zipped for you to win. You guys ready? On your mark, get set, go! Oh, we're losing stuff already. Pick it all up, get it in that bag. Get on the scooter. Oh, you gotta get that, the salmon. Oh, she's doing the backwards maneuver. Make some noise for the ladies out here right now. Oh, she's running away with it. Yes. Is that bag completely zipped up? She just said, I'm not taking that scooter. Well done.
One in 5 Americans deal with mental health conditions every year. No matter who you are, it's okay to ask for help. So don't wait. Primera Blue Cross, always in your corner.
At Providence Primary Care, we treat the whole family. Our providers focus on prevention and keeping you well. With Providence, you have access to a full care team and extensive services, including physical therapy, pharmacy, and behavioral health. Find care close to where you live and work, with 6 primary care locations in Anchorage and Eagle River. Learn more or schedule an appointment at alaska.providence.org. Providence, Alaska is a proud supporter of UAA Athletics.
Pro-level performance at work and at home. Right now, buy 2 AP300S batteries and get a third AP300S for free. And get a free battery when you buy a BGA 86 battery handheld blower set, a $300 value. Real steel. Find yours.
My name is Specialist Gwyneth Obasa, and I'm a recruiting assistant for the Alaska Army National Guard and a full-time student at the University of Alaska Anchorage. So I came back, I finished my basic training and AIT, and I was recommended to take an active duty orders as recruiting assistant. I felt very, very lucky to be that person chosen and recommended for the job because it gave me flexibility in both civilian and military. I was still able to pursue my civilian career and my aspirations in being a nurse.
Here's to big days, new experiences, and the moments worth saving for. Alaska 529 is proud to support brighter futures for so many families. To learn about Alaska 529, its investment objectives, risks, and costs, please carefully read the plan disclosure document available at alaska529plan.com. Alaska 529. Save in Alaska, study anywhere.
It's time to announce the winner of the GCI J-Lab headphones. The answer was 9. The winner is Sarah Smith. Please check your email and make your way to the PA table immediately after the game. Show us the email and claim your prize. Sarah Smith.
Welcome back to the Avis Alaska Sports Complex. 6-1 Bemidji after 2. And it just kind of had the wheels fall off early in that second period. Bemidji scored 3 goals in a minute and 29 seconds. Look here at Dimitri Kibru. That kind of epitomized that second period right there. As he got, he tripped over the blue line. No need to sugarcoat it.
I mean, never say never, but I got a feeling Dimitri's is going to think about that long and hard, never let something similar happen again.
Yes.
But here is Bemidji State making a living to the right post side of the UA goalie, Oros, for a while, followed by Tyler Kristoff.
And there you see all 3 goals in very quick succession. That's actually the same amount of time that they scored them in on the ice, about 8 seconds. Here's to Dylan Contreras, opportunity, took a whack, got the shot off.
Thought he had some help, he didn't.
Ryan Johnson, nothing doing as Vig bodies him off the play. Gets punched in the head by Ryan for his hard work. And then this one here actually was waved off.
The non-penalty version of
this is a power play goal. That was just a beauty of a play by McLennan. Here's the Seawolf goal. Ethan Warner stepping in from the point, backhanding that one off the glove of Rathan Robbins to break the shutout. And if you blinked, you missed this one, because that made it 6-1. Luke Roloffs with the goal right there. Yeah. So for Roloffs, that's his first collegiate goal. And I think we've had a few of those tonight. Who was the other one? McLennan?
Yeah.
No, not McLennan.
Well, yeah, he got his first collegiate goal.
First American.
First American collegiate
there
goal,
you
yes.
go. So, we're going to play 20 more minutes here and just kind of see what happens.
Yeah, there's no doubt that UA laid a bit of an egg here, but a big disappointment, but all they can do is try to build off of that. I mean, it's more of the same, but you just hope there's something can grow out of this early disappointment.
Well, and two, you look at the shots on goal numbers, 23-23, that leads you to believe that, these teams are pretty even, this game is pretty close. But if you look at the 23 shots for each team, Bemidji's shot quality has been high quality for pretty much everything they've put on net. UAA, it's a matter of getting pucks to the net, not necessarily getting quality opportunities. They've had some chances, but, credit Bemidji. They've done a nice job of making those shots a lot more difficult.
Seeming a little more determined.
Yes. And here's Hudson Thornton. Backhand shot comes in. Kristoff with the save. That was Kirkland Erie, with that opportunity. Now here's Connor Cole trying to escape out of the corner. Puck rolls up the boards, and it finally does make its way to the neutral zone. Backhanded right back in. Pavel Funtek gets to it, and he's immediately harassed by Panzer. Cole sends it around behind the net to Potter. Potter flips it out of the zone. Caught by Vig. D-to-D pass to Perek. And now it's Judah Mackway for the Seawolves. Joey Potter goes ahead with it to Strom. Deflected into the zone by Mackway. And Vig gathers it in. Starts to carry ahead. Strom broke up the clearing attempt. And on the second try, Bemidji will get it out to the neutral zone. They'll send it in deep. Go for a change. And David Jesus will gather it in for UAA. Strom to Mackway. Mackway gets the puck in deep. Anderson trying to chase that down. Orange Strom had it. Now it's Anderson trying to turn and fire. That was blocked. And then Bemidji ices the puck. Nope, they waved it off. Puck deep now in the Beaver zone. Carter McNarlin puts a hit on Corcoran down there. Seawolves pull the puck free. Shot rolls in on Robbins. He makes the save. McNarlin gets it back to the point. Atchison's shot comes in. That goes wide. And the Beavers up the boards. They can't get it out. McNarlin keeps it in. That one rolls in towards Robbins. He'll put a glove on it. And he will hold on for a whistle. 17:07 left here in the third period.
Like I said, these same two teams on the ice again tomorrow night, 5 o'clock. Dave and I will be with you here. YouTube ringside. Now we have a damage to one of the corners here. Some repair work being done. A little pause in the action.
That gives us time to go through tonight's scoreboard because other games happened. So, most of the games tonight are non-conference affairs. Canisius knocks off Clarkson 3-1. Quinnipiac opens the year with a 4-3 win over Boston College in Chestnut Hill. St. Cloud State, Augustana, 2-2 overtime tie. It was Michigan all over Mercyhurst, 11-1. Miami, 6-4 winners over Ferris State. Minnesota, 6-3 winners over Michigan Tech. Wisconsin blanks Lindenwood 3-0. Colorado College, 4-2 winners at home over Connecticut. Arizona State and Penn State. Most recent score is a 3-2 lead for the Sun Devils after 2. And no current update from Duluth, from Fairbanks. Latest score there is still 3-0 Bulldogs. Duluth Bulldogs, that is. UMass Lowell knocks off Merrimack 4-0 in a Hockey East affair. And Omaha knocks off Air Force 3-2. And Providence over Simon Fraser 7-1. So, lots of goings on.
Looking at this Bemidji State schedule, really they just have a few more non-conference games, but they're all in the state of Minnesota. Home and home with St. Cloud, home and home with Duluth. Then they go right into CCHA play. As a home and home with North Dakota later in the season. Otherwise, an exhibition against Minnesota, which is interesting. Probably just has some sort of scheduling association with that. But as you mentioned, UA, part of the 5-team independent unofficial league, if you will, but they're going to play for the United Collegiate Hockey Cup in March. Now those games are going to take place at Lindenwood down in Missouri in the St. Louis area. In UA, UAF, Lindenwood, Stonehill, and
Long Island.
That one.
Yep.
Oh, LIU. The Sharks.
You know what's funny to me a little bit is these schools that nobody even knew existed. Stonehill, Long Island.
Right.
All of a sudden, Lindenwood, they come out of nowhere with D1 hockey programs. But then you get schools like Illinois, Northwestern. Oh, boy, it's getting worse down there. That can't come up with hockey programs.
Or, I mean, I'm sure they have their various club teams and whatnot down there, but there probably isn't the want there. I mean, if you're Northwestern in the Chicago area, you have NHL and AHL hockey, so no one's probably clamoring. There's even ECHL hockey nearby.
Yeah.
And plus, Scotty Gomez with your Chicago Steel down there and playing in the USHL. I mean, there's plenty to go around. So the idea of, and it really just comes down to where's the expense? Where's the money coming from? I mean, that's been the discussion here for UA even before they went dormant for those couple of years. I mean, the finances of big-time college athletics, again, here in a state where everything's a little down in a lot of ways, so you wonder kind of what the direction, which way the leadership is going to take us, and it kind of makes sense why you're not seeing it at some of the other levels. But yeah, you would think there's other strident Division I schools that want to include hockey someday, but then you hear the other side of that is it's maybe, if not the most expensive, right up there with in terms of the cost. So
yeah.
You know,
I mean, you look at also a school like Oregon. I mean, Phil Knight owns the state of Oregon.
They could do it. It's a matter
Absolutely.
of will they want to.
Yeah.
Why would they want to? So, you know, I mean, there's a lot of, quiet fingers being crossed in right here on this campus around this athletic program, certainly with our friends up north. I mean, the long-term prospects kind of are hinge on more schools playing, not less. I mean, that's at some point that this well's going to run dry in a lot of ways, but they know they have this game to finish and 33 more after that, and then we'll see what comes next.
Well, Dylan Contreras comes right now up the right wing side. Shot taken, looking to go high blocker again. They're tried that spot a few times tonight. Haven't been able to quite hit it. Robbins has made a couple of nice saves. Shot taken right there, and that one ends up in the protective netting. Luke Johnson with that opportunity.
Came off his stick a little funny. I think it also was blocked by a Beaver up into that netting.
So Cole Kebrew and Ryan Johnson out there for the Seawolves now. Off this draw, comes back to Nolan Gagnon. His shot taken, rebound was there, and Kebrew was tied up. Well played by the Beaver defense. And out of the zone they come. Puck turned deep in the zone by Magnuson. Krivstov out of his net to send it up the boards. Magnuson steps in to keep that one deep in the zone. Comes out on Connor Cole's stick now, and he's able to carry out with Ryan Johnson's help. They send the puck deep into the zone. Magnuson will get to it ahead of Connor Cole. Seawolves changing D behind the play, and backhanded into the UAA zone by Erie. Around behind the net it goes, and it's sent ahead by Nolan Gagnon looking for Ryan Johnson. Has a puck knocked off his stick by Panzer. Johnson working hard to get it back and tries to get that one through to Spencer. Spencer couldn't hold on to it, and LaBelle gives off. Shot taken, and that goes over the net. Ryan Johnson, pass over, looking for Spencer. Here's Strom the other way, being harassed from behind. Now it's Joey Potter to Steele. And Steele finds Strom in the neutral zone over to Ryan Johnson. Poke check right at the blue line, and here's Nemesnikov. Absorbs a hip check from Joey Potter, tries to center, and Krivstov will deflect that one all the way down to his counterpart on the far end. Max Vig back to catch it up for the Beavers. Taken away from him, Macway. His pass deflects up in the air and back into the Beaver zone. Chipped ahead by Pierre. And Jesus for UAA plays it ahead of Nemesnikov. Pass out front there, intercepted and carried right back into the zone by McLean for Bemidji. Turnover as Macway is back through the neutral zone. Macway still coming with it. Gets it into the near side corner and then puts a big hit on behind the play on Luke Roloffs. Now it's Macway. Him and Flameng come together momentarily. Then is chipped up, but they are going to say it left the zone. Okay, so offsides will be the call with 14:31 left here in period number 3.
Tomorrow night, that 5 o'clock game, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Night here at the rink. It says to paint your beard pink, but I believe you can also wear pink if you want. You're doing your part with the tie this evening.
Oh, that's a night ahead, yeah.
UA in partnership with the Aurora Integrated Oncology Foundation. Again, not sure if they're wearing special jerseys for that or not. We'll find out.
Beavers entered the zone 3 across. Turnover, knocked out of the zone, and Bemidji forced to retreat. Here's Wolf, head to Silvestri. Chipped in on Krivstov. He'll glove it and hold on for a whistle. Well, fortunately, I've got plenty of pink ties.
Well, if you're lucky, I'm going to wear the hot pink pants. So
oh, I might wear a tie to match then, because I have a hot pink tie.
That way, you guarantee we'll have to be on camera tomorrow night.
Yes, yes, that's what everyone wants to see.
Yes.
Us on camera.
Undoubtedly.
That's why they tune in. Chance Kebrew, or Cole, trying to catch up to that one. He got there and was able to get a shot off. Robbins made the save as Cole had gotten in really tight because it took him a long time to get through Riley Funk to get to that puck.
I think the puck did confuse Rathan Robbins here. Just at the last minute, a little tweak right under that right pad.
Yeah, looked like Connor was trying to go up over the glove, just couldn't lift it from that position that he was in. So here's Connor with it again. Sends it all the way down. It gets through Robbins. Sent in deeper by Pavel Funtek. Rimmed around. Potter steps up to try to keep that alive. Not able to as McLennan has it. Rubbed off the play by Funtek. And up the near side boards, Funtek has it back once again. Plays it back to Luke Johnson. Now it's Ryan Johnson. Johnson gets hooked. Oh my goodness. I haven't seen many fish get hooked like that.
UA can make something happen on this power play opportunity.
Fans in attendance can pick up a pink beard.
Connor McLennan, 2 for the hook. UAA 0 for 3 with the man advantage thus far. Trying to get off the schneid there. Back to the point. David Jesus sends it down. And Jesus has it back now. I'm going to say that's Spencer. Back to Strom. Now it's Macway. Center's out in front. Luke Johnson was there, but puck never made it to him. Strom re-enters the zone. Gives off to Luke Johnson. Tried to go back to Strom. Got through him. Now Strom has it. Down to Luke Johnson. And then his pass back to Strom goes astray. Kristoff out of his net. And he will leave off. And Jesus will start ahead for the Seawolves. Drop pass to Spencer. Now Strom enters the zone. Gives off to Luke Johnson. Tries to thread that one back through to Strom. Doesn't make it to him. And now it's through Luke Johnson and all the way back down the ice. 59 seconds to go here on the Seawolf power play. UAA changes their 5-man units. And Warner drops off for Kebrew. Kebrew gets it deep into the zone, trying to get there ahead of Sadosari. Couldn't find the name. Now it's chipped all the way back by Bemidji. Ethan Warner forced to retreat once again. He will start it back up, being watched by Silvestri. And now it's Cole. Cole enters the zone on the right side. Gets it over to McNarland. Finally comes free, and that's going to be sent up and all the way down once again by the Beavers. That's going to just about do it for this Seawolf power plays. It's down to 7 seconds as Ethan Warner starts it back ahead. So no shots on that man advantage. Ryan Johnson with it. Shot taken, blocked up into the protective netting. So 11-10 left here in the third, and we'll have another face-off in the Bemidji zone. Shots on goal have definitely turned. They're in favor of UAA now, 26-24. But those don't matter if they're not going in.
You're exactly right. Or a lot of them getting blocked, deflected out of play, that sort of thing.
Puck pulled back into the corner. And Bemidji back out through the neutral zone. It's Erie. Tried to get a pass through to Riley Funk. Got through him to the near side boards. And kept in the zone by Magnuson. Magnuson shot, Kristoff save. He will hold on and we'll get another whistle. I think that puck was probably going high. But after that second period, you know, Kribby's not taking any chances.
Tyler confidently gloving this one. You know, we're 2 periods and half of another into a season, and it's hard to make any, you know, declarations. But at the same time, college hockey kind of has a class system, and you're starting to see that play out. Bemidji State, maybe not the elite of the elite, but they're in a conference playing at a certain level, and UAA and UAF, those guys, they're going to have to scrap their way. It's just every night's going to be a little bit different story.
Looks like Pierre
is injured. So it's definitely not a skate blade. It's more of a knee situation, it would seem.
Not doing anything to bend that left leg. Teammate comes out to help him off the ice. didn't see anything that may have happened right there.
Well, he is struggling with that left leg right now.
Yeah. Almost looked just like a cramp, but I find that hard to believe.
Get him a banana.
Yeah. Give him an IV. He'll be right in no time. Puck is down off the draw. That one's put up into the netting. And another face-off. So we are slowly, face-off by face-off, working our way down to our media timeout. Ben Anderson in to take the draw. Posed by Jake McLean. To the left of the Bemidji net, JP Steele controls off the draw. He tried to drop it back to McNarland. That's off a Bemidji stick and back out into the neutral zone. Logan Atchison nearly sent into the Bemidji bench. He did nice to just stay right on the dasher there. Mitch Wolf over to Thornton. And ahead now to McLean. And we've got a whistle and immediate timeout. So we'll be back. 9:56 to go here in the third. 6-1 Beavers.
Fans at this time, event ticket lines and UAA split the pot. Winner, ticket number 101562. That is 101562. There's $376 waiting for you at the event ticket lines. UAA split the pot desk.
All right, waiting for the last remnants of the ice crew to make their way off. And we're ready to finish this thing up. 9:56 left here, third period. Puck sent ahead. Spencer couldn't catch up to that one. Corcoran beat him to it to keep it in the zone. And getting smoked from behind and a goal. Nolan Gagnon got hit and knocked down by one of the Bemidji players. The puck came out front, and burying that was Alexi Silvestri.
Then he loses his edge, headed to the bench to celebrate with his teammates.
So, big hit put on there by Noah Quinn. And then it's Silvestri. So 10:17 the time of that goal. And it's 7-1. Seawolves trying to exit their zone. Bemidji, though, once again, all over loose pucks tonight. And here's Sadasori. McLennan now. Shot taken. Blocked before it got to Kristoff. He finds the loose puck and will put a glove on it and hold on for a whistle. And off the draw, Jesus has it knocked off his stick. Back there trying to help out is Funtek. And Bemidji has it. Shot thrown in off of Kristoff's stick, and it rolls into the net. That's just kind of the way things have gone tonight.
Yeah, Tyler fought that, lost it for a while, could never find it. Riley Funk was there. Didn't get much of a shot off. I think it's a mucker grinder kind of goal where you just got your stick down the blue paint and managed to squeak one through. Fighting.
And then he's got a defenseman skate in there as well, so that certainly doesn't help.
Just pinballed around.
So Funk will get the goal there. So it's 8-1 with under 9 now to go here in the third period. So Steele to Potter. I'm sorry, make that Warner. Then it's taken off his stick. Hit put on. Fleming. Here's McLean. Shot taken, scored.
Beaver's definitely feeling it now. McLean just snaps one through Tyler Kristoff. And it's getting ugly.
Yep.
Late.
And that's McLean. So that's his first. Okay, I thought he had already had one. Okay. So, much like in the second period, Bemidji's got a 3-goal burst that comes in 59 seconds.
Here's what I'll say, David. The way this sport's worked for eons and eons is every night's different.
Yep.
And you just got to believe that if you're the Seawolves. And really, through all these years of tumult and all the different things that have gone on in this program that, hasn't had much success for decades, really, they've always had this air about them, and that's just the way hockey players are wired.
Yep.
Yeah, tomorrow's another day. We're going to just try to be better, try to make this shift better. And again, you run out of ways to describe it, but that's just kind of how these type of athletes operate, no matter if they're playing here or at Western Michigan or Michigan or anywhere else. I mean, it's just that's what makes a hockey player is let's see what happens tomorrow. Let's see what happens this next shift. Let's see what happens after this next draw.
I definitely remember several years back, CC came in here opening night, and
there you go.
They scored.
Strong finish. And right there, you just see Orange Strom, a little extra enthusiasm, a little pump there. Just, like, hey, there's my first college goal after coming from Kamloops in the Western Hockey League. Something he'll remember for a while. 9-2, Bemidji State.
But I remember several years back, CC coming in here on opening night of the season and winning. It was 10-0 or 10-1. And UAA came out the next night, got a win. So
I talked about that with Matt Shasby at the opening. Is the ability during his 4-year run of scheduling a formidable opponent for this opening games. And the way it was Western Michigan the first year, UMass Lowell the next. Last year it was Denver and David Carl. This year it's Bemidji State and Rathan Robbins, another with more local flavor. Again, another WCHA foe from back in the day, but nonetheless, there is something to be said for that formidable foe, for lack of a better phrase, to come up here and play these particular games. But yeah, certainly plenty to clean up here if you're a Seawolf. It'd be an interesting night's sleep for everyone in green and gold.
I'm curious, obviously, to see what the lineup for UAA looks like tomorrow night. There's obviously going to be changes. I'm curious to see who comes in, who goes out.
Well, Matt did say it took quite a while for him and the staff to kind of narrow it down to the 20. So you wonder, is this the A lineup in their mind, or would they build it some other way? So yeah, we'll try to make some notes on that when we come back on the air tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah,
early evening.
Kristoff with a save. Johnson puts it up off the boards, kept in by Bemidji, and then puck shot up off of Kristoff's blocker into the protective netting. 6:21 to go here in our third period. Puck back up high now. Shot taken. Deflected into the far corner. Weston gets to it. Up the boards it goes. Got it to Luke Johnson. Seawolves now get it out with Weston. Up the far boards. Weston chips it into the zone. He'll chase. Hard into that back wall with McLean. Puck rimmed around. And up to JP Steele. He can't keep it in at the point. He's able to get the puck back as Contreras carries in. Tried to go through to Luke Johnson. Johnson turns, tries to fire. That's blocked. And back out through the neutral zone. Steele goes ahead with it to Contreras. Nice job there to stay on side by Luke Johnson. Chip back up high. Steele knocks it down with the hand, takes a hit from Nemesnikov, and it's back into the Seawolf zone. Warner. Now it's Weston. Backhands it ahead, and icing is waved off.
So is interference, apparently.
Yeah. McNarland deflects that one all the way down. Trying to catch up to that was Parsons, as Weston takes a rough ride, and it's chipped all the way back down through the neutral zone. Backhanded out by Atchison. Here's Anderson. Taken away by Thornton. Now Wolf has it. Back to Thornton. And he'll just get the neutral zone or the center ice stripe and get it deep in the zone. 4.5 to go here, third period. 9-2 Bemidji. Circling the net and then just throwing it deep is Magnuson. Back up high. Here's Corcoran. Shot taken. Deflects wide. And now it's McNarland. Erie back the other way, gives off to Funk. Funk shot off the outside of the net. Back up to the point, kept alive by the Beavers. Joey Potter steps into Erie. Back to the point it goes. Shot taken, saved by Krivstov. Issa Perek right there, got a lot of that one. Here's Potter to Funtek. And Strom has it knocked off his stick into the Bemidji bench. 3:39 to go here in the third.
Bemidji State at 5 p.m. for the annual Peak Game.
Sean Jolly in the visitors penalty box.
Got to
penalty box. Flip the puck to Derek Scoggins, our local official. Him working along with Josh Ellis as the linesman tonight. Working with Michael Forrest and Brad Albers, the officials.
I got to induct John into the Alaska State Hockey Hall of Fame a month ago now. And I joked while I was in there, he suspended me at least once.
I was a defense attorney for a couple of friends over the years and a couple of disciplinary hearings, but I never had to go to one. So I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Well, I went to it, but I still don't think I did anything wrong. We don't need to talk about what actually happened. Okay. Parents won't want to listen. No, parents won't want to listen. Puck in the corner, getting knocked down over there. Bemidji shot from out front, kept alive. And just thrown deep once again. 2:40 left here, third period. Roll off, shot taken, deflection attempt out there in front. Now it's turned deeper into the zone once again by the Beavers. Potter swats at it. Ryan Johnson had it. Silvestri knocked it off his stick. Connor Cole puts it up in the air. And the Beavers turn it right back the other way. Deflected, so no icing. Joey Potter will gather it back in. Off the head of Funk. Erie had it, lost it. And then Magnuson thrown into the boards by Weston. Funk takes a return feed, looked to go to the backhand, got poke checked. by Jesus. Puck rolls back to the point. It's Wolf. Has it, shot, blocked. Goes wide of the net. So we roll down toward 90 seconds left here in this one. 9-2, Bemidji still on top as the puck rolls off Aiden Weston's stick. And a chance now for Contreras. Contreras walks in, shoots, save made by Robbins, and he swallows up the rebound. So there you get a little glimpse of the speed that Dylan Contreras brings. But a good save there by Rathan Robbins.
One final statement from the local kid, Dylan Contreras, before he played at UA, obviously.
Puck rolled on him at the last second.
Played in the null for Kenai River.
Off the face-off, Jesus, D-to-D pass. Thrown towards the net by Warner. McNarland tries to get it back to Parsons. Now McNarland's got it back. Jesus fires one off of Parsons. And then off Ethan Warner, stayed in the zone. Here's Anderson now. Tried to center, that goes off skates in front as we go under a minute to go here in the third period. Carter McNarland holds on, turns, fires. Rebound was there, but not able to get a stick on it where any of the Seawolves. And it's chipped back into the Seawolves zone. Warner gives off to Jesus as the Seawolves change forwards as we're at 40 seconds left here in the third period of this one. Puck sent deep into the Bemidji zone. Surprised that's the first time that's happened tonight.
There's always tomorrow.
Oh, there is. There's a lot of tomorrow still. Deep in the zone, Beaver's going to make one more rush out of this. Up across the blue line. Tried to send a pass through, not able to connect. As McLean has it, hangs on, shot taken, and that's it. It's over, 9-2. This game ends mercifully.
I will say this, David, with about 90 seconds left, I mean, if you're associated with UA hockey, you're sick of, like we said, the moral this, the moral that, but keeping them from getting to 10, I think was something. That's why I saw everyone on the Seawolf bench up on their feet. I think there was a concerted effort to, like, make something that we can say, again, a small victory.
Yeah.
Doesn't make going to sleep tonight any easier for the Seals. 9-2 Bemidji, but again, I think that's at least something.
And that's that's one of those things, like you said, there's gonna be things that you have to find in this game, and that's one of those things that they're gonna be able to look at and say, okay, yeah, it was ugly, but. So
on the Bemidji side, Anchorage goaltender Rathan Robbins getting his second collegiate victory, making 27 saves. Be interesting to see whether he gets a call again tomorrow or they want to give a few minutes to someone else. We'll find out soon enough.
Being from here, it wouldn't surprise me if he went again tomorrow night.
Yep.
Not in the least.
So again, the final shots on goal, 31-29 in favor of the Beavers. I believe we're going to let it go from there, eh, Dave?
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else that I could really bring to the broadcast tonight.
Tomorrow's another day for both the Beavers and the Seawolves. I look forward to seeing how it all unfolds. It's always fun to watch a hockey game no matter what's going on.
Yeah, and that second night, it's always fun to see the intensity ramp up from the side that got beat the night before, regardless of what the score was. So I would expect the Seawolves to be out here ready to go tomorrow night. And so I was totally wrong earlier when I said we wouldn't see 12 goals this weekend. That's probably a guarantee since we've got 11.
You never know.
We've got 11. It could be.
Anything could happen.
It could. All right. We've said
buddy.
enough. I've used
Appreciate
my words
you.
for the night. For
Thanks
Matt
to
Nedla,
Trent down at the production truck, Jerry and the whole crew, and we had a good time, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
That's right. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.
Pro-level performance at work and at home. Right now, buy 2 AP300S batteries and get a third AP300S for free. And get a free battery when you buy a BGA 86 battery handheld blower set, a $300 value.
Real STIHL. Find yours.